We are live and direct to speak about Jupiter conjunct Venus in the heavens in our night sky. Isn't it a beautiful sight? We've seen them coming together, and it's got people paying attention to the planets and the stars. Something I and the majority of people are so oblivious to, that is a big departure from the history of humanity. I'm sorry for the shaking. Hope that doesn't get too annoying. Now we're going to talk about what does this mean, perhaps spiritually. Mm, Metaphorically, metaphysically. Everything is about relation. So, how does Jupiter and Venus relate to each other? What do they have in common? What are their differences? What they have in common is they're both planets, wanderers in the night sky, in front of the fixed stars of the night sky, which move. If we say fixed, but they move 1 degree every 70 years. The sun moves 1 degree every day. The moon, 13. We have 13 months. Interesting. 13 is associated with the feminine. So now we have Venus, and the planets are the gods. Something we need to recognize. Oh, but then what created the planets? Because there's many solar systems, um, suns with planets going around it, like infinite almost. Uh, and for us to think there's not life on those is interesting. But I'm just gonna go ramble a little bit. So they talk that's which is very Jupiter. Jupiter is reaching out, an expanding energy. It has to do with creation, the creator, and experiencing it. So I'm talking about we are God experiencing itself. Talking about God as it is is interesting. Now we have. I'm gonna reel it back in, but um, okay. There is a tendency, and I've seen it in memes. Like they show the cosmos and the expansiveness of it, and then show you as this microcosmic dot on a map, which is a little humbling. Which often is what Jupiter type of people need. But they'll also humble people. Sagittarius is a good expression of Jupiter, as is Pisces, the two places where Jupiter has its home. Its ancient joy was in the fifth house of Leo, which is interesting. Now, so we have the energy of Jupiter, Zeus, God the Father, Creator. Um, and the experience. And then of the wisdom gained from the experience has said on the tree of life. Has said who is the product of the triangle of Keter, Hokmah, Binah. And then the fourth is the fourth letter is Dalet, door. the door to the throne of God and Hesed, wisdom, mercy on the right side of compassion in the temple of Solomon. We have underneath that on the temple column entrance into creation. We have Venus, the lesser benefit. Venus, Aphrodite, Inanna, Astarte, Ishtar, Lucifer, the light bearer. Lucifer used to be a good thing, then it got made into a bad thing through popes beefing with each other, like cardinals, theologians. How can Venus each, so they show up as beneficent or negative depending on the situation. So what situation do we have them in? The situation is in front of the constellation Aries. So it's filtering that energy. Are these planets comfortable in Aries? Venus is not, per se. She has to work there. She'd rather be at home in the opposite sign of Libra, but she is in Aries. That is where we get the princess, Venus, the warrior, Aries, together. A warrior princess. And then we have Jupiter that'll expand it, have that experience of it. Jupiter, the father of Venus in mythology. So expect a fiery, relationship between father and daughter theme to play out. But it's not. It's a nice one. But I mean, Jupiter is expanding Venus's senses, so it could be expanding your senses for new energy, a new fire to come in. Aries, new, the first sign of the zodiac. Fire, the element. Newness, cardinal, because it's the first sign of the season. It's a new light of the year that we are preparing to receive at its place of the new beginning at the spring equinox, March 21st, 22nd. This is the time of the year that it's hidden. It's the sign of Pisces is the Hebrew month Adad, which goes to an adder, which is a snake, and it has to do about a hidden southern water snake, and as Pisces is in the southern constellations on the lower waters above the head of Hydra. At the tail of Hydra, we have the constellation Corvus, who is the raven, sits on the tail of the snake because it's a symbol of death, as the crow will murder a pack of crows, because it's the end of the year. The other ending throughout the year, this is the wiping away, the washing away of the last year for the coming together of the new year. And it has to do with a fever, a warm, hot fever, sweating out water season in the water constellations of winter, to wipe away, purify, purge, so that we are in new wineskins to take on the new wine of the new year. So it has to do with it's like mourning around this time of year. Pisces is emotional, and it can be kind of melancholic because that's what time we're here in. But we have this energy in Aries, kind of pushing us forward. You know, it's in the second house to the sun. This could be good for markets today. But then it could be like still a delusion, or something false. Lots of that Piscean energy is delusion. But having the sun, having Venus and Jupiter conjunct in the second house to the sun, that is like a flood of new energy for new money. People pouring money into a new uh, crypto scam. But you make some quick money. But then you want to get out. See, this is a time of overindulgence in the senses. Venus is the senses, which are a door. We'll go back. And at that door of our senses, we can have a demon that needs to get fed, or we can use that door as an entrance into experiencing God. And it's all about perception. Actual action. Aries is all about acting. This is a time where we can act in a new way and face that which we've hidden behind the doors. There very well may be blessings, hidden blessings that we can um, experience in a new way today, right now. Now is a very good time. You could be feeling preachy today. Jupiter's the preacher, Jupiter's the teacher, Jupiter's the reacher, and sometimes they make me reaching. Because Jupiterian type people have a Sagittarius moon, and Jupiter conjunct Pluto. So I'm very preachery, fiery, teachery, reaching to try to have things have meaning. We like bring together these synchronicities, like that happened because of this and that show. Like, you be reaching right there, dog. Sagittarius people might tell you like it is, and it hurts, but sometimes they can do it in a funny way. Jupiter, Jupiterian people are usually comedians and kind of Mercury type people. Mercury, the jester. Yeah. So today is actually one of the better days of the year. It's got Jupiter and Venus come together once every year and a third. I mean a third, seven, 3/4 of a year, pretty much. Yeah, so are the senses good or the senses bad? It's like, is the body good? Is the body bad? I like to think it's ultimately good. And it serves as a door into conscious development. At, today is not a day to be overly critical of. There's a days where it's good to have reality check days. Today's not that day, my friends. Today's a day for celebration, for joy, joviality is a Jupiterian Juventus type thing. And it's happening on Thursday, Thor's Day. Jupiter, so there's like this wise, sage, warrior, princess, father energy. That's great. And mystical too. And emotional. The attitude of praising. That phenomena is under the belt of Jupiter. Veneration of Venus. Devotion. Are we just devoted to filling our base sensual desires? Venus. We have the crown chakra activated right now. Venus Minerva birthed out of the forehead of Jupiter Zeus, fully clothed in her battle gear, mother effer. I gotta hype myself up. I have someone in the comments. Somebody commented something really nice, so I went to go see it. I'm like, oh, there's other comments on the videos. One was from back when I did it originally, and someone in the comment was like, "This guy's videotaping himself losing it for us all to see." And then just totally ignoring the good comments, just focused on that one and let that get me all upset. Look at his channel. And so you got 2 subs to your channel. I see. That's not the right reaction to that ever. We're caring about what other people think about us. But then at the same time, that's also, we should be thankful to those who are critical of us. Love the haters, dog, because they're ultimately a part of us. I mean, at without offering yourself up for freaking human sacrifice, but let somebody violently attack you and try to kill you. But if they're just verbally killing you, first of all, we shouldn't do that. Verbally killing people. Yeah, our, our words are so much more powerful. And in Judaism, they know that. That's why whenever they say something, and they'll say "God forbid" after it. To kind of speak things into existence. I mean, we see it happen all the time. Um, what else do I want to talk about? Yeah, not overdoing the senses. Maybe today's a good day to stop freaking chain smoking, Liam. It is those small little opportunities like that that we build up energy instead of just giving into it and then letting that energy just go into just feeding that desire, which is attached to an ego fulfillment. Often spiritual growth doesn't happen in a peaceful surrounding. Soul growth happens through in creation through friction, just as life is created through friction. The fire of a man to the waters of the woman. The fire of Aries into the waters of Pisces. This is a good time to channel the sun goddess of the waters. Pisces is, I love Pisces season because I'm the Scorpio, my sister water sign, and I get along good with the Jupiter and Aries as a Sagittarius moon, brother fire sign. What we want to do is sync ourselves up with the movements of the heavens. Just like planting a garden, you want to sync it up with the time of the year. We're made from the earth. The same shit that makes up a plant makes up my freaking body. The same water in the streams, in the rivers, in the lakes, in the ocean makes up most of my body, my material self. That same fire in the sun, it's an energy that courses through my blood. Same red hue of the planet Mars. It's the same red hue that makes up my life juice model. That same iron. We want to take the iron out of the mud, earth, and water, purify it, wash it clean with the waters, and turn it into to bring out the consecrate, and concentrate into light of the sun. And that's how we're creating our solar body out of our lunar body. That's how we're moving from out through the moon's influence by controlling our mechanical, instinctual nature, sexual waters, heating that up with the sun, purifying it, raising it as a gas, purify from the essentials, the pure essentials from the base mercury, the crude mercury, earth, impure earth, purifying it through the fire of our sexual desires, harnessed, controlled, riding it like a chariot with lions carrying you. And through that fire, you just like, that could be a desire to fulfill a sensual desire, like the craving to smoke a cigarette. You take that, plant it, use that energy to rise up smoke, steam, energy, and you're moving your life energy. And as you move it up, it expands. That's how we're traveling our electromagnetic Merkaba. Merkava, mirror of the waters. And it's emotion. We travel through the astral realm with your emotions. If we want to go up, we feel up. If we go down, we feel down. That's how we ride our emotional um, donkey, mule. We use it as a beast of burden. That's how they refer to it in the Hebrew world and the Germanic world. The donkey. Like our body is a beast of burden. Jesus comes on the donkey. It goes off on the donkey to Egypt. It has many interesting. Also, like the camel. The camel is a beast of burden. A gamel, the third letter in Hebrew. All right, we got exhausted. This little reflection. And to that one hater out there, I'm gonna thank him. Let me not make it seem like in my videos like I'm losing it on camera. But also knowing that some people get me, some people don't. Some people know who I am, some people don't. Some people are used to how I act, some people aren't. And let us not be afraid to shine our true, authentic self. But let's make sure that we're doing it. Uh, how much of what I post on social media, is just a personality masturbation? Gosh, when you really start going into studying this stuff, it really calls you to act it. Being just merely an intellectual and just studying just to feed the mind is pointless because we can see how our minds could get washed this way and that way, just like our feelings. So we want to go beyond our feelings and beyond the mind, but using them to get us so far, and then we have to let it go. And that's what this season really is about. Pisces is about letting go, and sometimes that's scary, and we have a fear of the unknown. But what if when we fall backwards in faith and trust in the knowledge that we gain from our experiences with God? And then all that fear was for naught, and it kept us from courageously moving forward. So let us be brave of soul, pure in spirit. Let's go.